What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Trail Theory Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Pfeiffer.
Is the camera recording?
Oh, no.
It's not. Paul.
Just
Is it?
It's not in the front. It's like further back.
Oh, there's no red light on this one?
No, there is. Well,
Wow, has this guy ever worked a camera before?
Hey. He's unfamiliar. It's the first time.
God.
There we go. We're up.
He's blushing.
All right.
Look at him.
Dun, 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 dun.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Trail Theory Podcast.
We're here.
We are here in the basement.
We're hatted up.
We're all hats today.
Yep.
Are we never not?
Normally.
Austin sometimes doesn't.
I'm the only one that sometimes doesn't. And the last time we did it, my hair looked real flat. And
It didn't, though. I don't know why.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, I think it looks fine.
I think you're being a
know.
little
too self.
But it is funny
crucial.
that we all wear hats.
You know, you notice things about yourself sometimes. Well,
when you're under a
unless-
microscope.
Yeah, I'm like, when you're on camera, you're like, oh, I look like shit. So I wore a hat tonight.
I think when we originally said, yeah, let's start doing video, everyone. So I can't remember who said like, all right, we're gonna have to start dressing up. I'm like, I'm gonna continue to wear sweatpants.
Yeah.
and, like,
Did anyone ever say
hoodies
that?
and shit.
We should have a uniform.
yeah,
I had no intention.
Do you wanna-
We
ever-
should all wear like pajamas or something.
I'm down.
Well-
I'm kind of doing that now.
Yeah,
I know. I'm pretty
Listen,
pretty comfy.
matching flannel.
athleisure is comfortable. So
Yeah.
I agree.
somebody did say like, oh, do we? Because we record multiple episodes a night.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh, that's
do we
right.
change our clothes in
No.
between? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that,
No.
dude.
Watch 2 episodes back to back.
Yeah, right. We're wearing
exactly
the
the
same
same.
clothes.
Yeah. Nah.
Turning the shirt inside out. Every other episode.
Yeah,
If
right.
I did that for
Turn
mine, it
the
would still
hat
be black.
backwards,
So your black shirt is black.
forwards.
Or
You
black,
know.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys can swap Crocs. You know,
Yeah.
Croc swap.
you go.
swap.
Let's see
Croc swap.
let's see the bottom
Yeah.
of those. Five, you getting kind of low on the tread there, pal?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
that's
need-
not bad.
Oh, wait, no,
Yeah,
these,
you're
are
in
my,
good shape.
these are my new-ish ones. My other
You
ones
guys
are
are
in bad
good.
shape.
Oh,
yeah.
those are great.
I'm in solid shape.
I
Yeah.
almost thought about. Well,
I have a bald.
I'll
pair.
get into it later because it's kind of on topic of what
Oh,
we're going to
really?
talk about.
What is
tonight.
the
All right.
topic?
What is
so
it?
New
Yes.
gear?
Well, that
No.
will definitely come up.
Well, kinda, I guess.
New gear will come up today because
Yeah. It
we
always does.
are right on the edge of leaving for another trip.
Yes, we are.
Finally.
And we are
I
fully
know.
in trip planning mode.
Yes.
And
Seems
we're
like
going
forever.
to Austin's backyard.
Yeah.
That's right.
Three
We're gonna-
nights.
Yep.
3 nights in my backyard. It gets a little wet, so hopefully it doesn't rain.
We're just going to walk in a circle.
Sometimes trees and branches fall
It
down.
definitely happens
Yeah.
in my neighborhood. That's for sure. Watch your head. Bring a hard hat. Because that'll be important. Now, we are headed to, I don't even know what to call it anymore, because
Virginia.
apparently we've been calling it the wrong thing the entire time we've been planning it, but we are headed to Virginia
Yeah.
Yeah.
to go see Mount Rogers.
Yeah.
The area closest that people may know is called the Grayson Highlands.
Yes.
We found out while we've been planning this trip that we will probably
night.
spend about 15 minutes in Grayson Highlands.
Maybe 30 minutes.
Maybe 30 minutes in
Enough
Grayson
to have
Highlands.
a glass of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll just we'll stand and have a moment of silence for
Oh, and
Grayson Highlands.
we're north of it, right? That's the issue.
Yeah,
It's-
we're north, we're west and east of it. So we're all over the place, but we're really only in the little section of it for like, I don't know. Like
right.
30
Listen, we
minutes.
got a great route planned and a
it's gonna
great
be
trip
awesome.
planned, but we've been calling it Grayson Highlands this entire time, and we're not spending much time at all in Grayson Highlands.
We're spending enough time there
We'll be
to
all right.
Yeah.
barely.
From what we know and what I know, I mean, none of us have been there for a hike before. We know people who have gone. I have multiple friends that have gone and
Yeah.
hiked this area. So it's somewhat popular.
Yeah.
It's known for
And it is known for
the horses.
the horses.
The ponies.
The ponies.
Ponies.
Well, it's
Mini
also
horses.
on the AT.
It is on
It
the
is.
AT.
Correct. It is.
It is.
There is I don't know how much of our time is going to be spent on the AT, but yeah, the AT flows right through this area. But yeah, the main event really
Right.
are the mini horses.
I've never seen so many videos and references to ponies since we started planning this
It's
trip.
crazy. In fact, so a couple stories there about that because like it is really unique. I mean, they are mini. They're little horses.
But
Wild horses.
they look. It's interesting because the videos I watched a little bit yesterday and today, they're a little bit bigger than we think. They're like,
Well, yeah, but I mean, a
medium-sized
normal horse
horses.
is like,
but like
horses
there's
are big.
But like there's like a mini horse. They're a little bit bigger than the
Yeah,
mini horse.
yeah,
Are these technically like ponies?
I think they are
so.
ponies.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's not a full-fledged
They're ponies.
horse.
Yeah.
But it's not a mini
Ponies.
horse. It's like a little corgi
Is a
running around.
mule a horse donkey
And donkey mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's an ass?
A donkey.
donkey, right?
No,
Yeah.
I know. I'm kidding. I just wanted to say ass.
Clown.
Okay, so but I feel like
So many pictures of horses.
I mean, how many
Ponies.
are these like this is the only place I've seen like obviously like anybody who like vacations on the East Coast, a lot of people know that the Outer Banks has wild horses.
I've been there in Corolla.
Yeah, and
Corolla,
but I've
that's
never
it.
seen an
Toyota
area
Corolla.
I've never seen an area with like these smaller horses.
Wait, so hold on. Hands if you've seen a wild horse ever.
I was
'Cause
gonna say,
never
just
have.
name a wild. Anyone's seen a wild horse?
Never.
For real, when we go to Outer Banks, we usually don't go on the 4x4, which is where they are typically.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean they got 4 feet.
They're not
Correct.
feet.
correct
Hooves.
But so we went there 2 times ago.
They're off road.
And they were cool. It was fun to see them. There's usually like a lifeguard or some kind of ranger kind of around them a little bit. They don't want to get them too crazy. But when we were there, one of the males was following like 2 other females, and one of the females belonged to another male.
Ooh.
And the 2 males went at it right in front of us. I had to grab Zach, who
Your
was
kid?
like a baby at the time.
Oh my God.
My kid, and like it was right around us, and they just started going at each other. And I was like, "Ah!" So,
Yuck.
and it's interesting because I sent you guys a little clip today
Oh my God.
of
Some
them
runners.
like running right through some hikers.
Dude,
Yeah.
those horses. It was a
Yeah.
video from Grayson Highlands of
Yeah.
some mini horses booking it
Booking.
by some people.
Booking.
And I don't think it was
Leaping across the
I don't think
trail.
it was like a Torons situation
No,
where
they
like
were
they were
just
getting
walking.
too close. They were
No.
just walking. These horses booked it
Booked
by him.
through.
I mean, dude, you would get knocked 50 feet if that thing
Yeah,
hit
that
you.
thing
Dude.
was
It was
moving.
it's like
Yeah.
Brian Urlacher hitting the gap, dude. It was like
Cruising.
insane, man.
Mike
Cruising.
Allstott hitting the hole and running
Dude.
through it.
It was crazy.
I actually hope we see.
I hope so.
I think
Now,
we'll
I'll
see
be really
something.
upset if we
There's a
something.
part of me that thinks, okay, we've been out, however many times, and we never see
I
animals,
know.
so we're not going to see any horses on this trip.
I
We
think it
will.
would
No
be.
chance.
It seems so
It's
common. though.
way more rare to not see horses in this area.
I think you're right. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Who was it that was? I don't think it was Brad, but I heard a story from someone that they woke up in their tent and a horse was like backing up into their tent. It's
Yeah,
just like
my buddy-
horse butt right in your face.
My buddy Damp, shout out Damp, he's a listener. He
Damp.
went there camping and yeah, he said that he woke up to one like kind of like nudging into his tent.
Yeah.
Like kind of bumping into it. He's like, "What the shit is this?" Like horse is just bumping in. One of the things that if you read up on Grayson Highlands is like you still want to hang bear bags, but honestly, they're more like horse bags. Because they will sniff and they aren't
Yeah.
scared.
So, we have a.
I mean, it was getting pretty
we have
close
a
to people.
professional bear bag hanger. How do you feel? Do you think you can do a horse
if I
bag?
can do a bear, I can do a horse.
Yeah.
Okay,
Especially a
I'm just
little
making
half
sure.
horse like this.
I want to make sure that you're
little
prepared.
half horse.
Little
half horse.
Those are medium horses.
Little
Oh my
Sebastian
God.
got nothing on this.
I'll put my bear bags, my horse bag skill to the test.
Another thing that they said that I saw people were saying is like, and I don't think this is like you have to really follow this rule too much, but like some people were suggesting that you put your packs like 100 yards away from your camp.
Which,
That's a nice suggestion.
and I mean, I guess,
Well, 'cause
even
they're-
without food in it, horses just like to munch on stuff. I guess
the
right?
scent is
Yeah.
just they just
Yeah.
want to smell stuff, which makes me think that they'll just want to smell us if,
Right.
if
Yeah,
anything.
I'd
So
rather.
I don't know how much the
I'd
pack's
rather
going
try
to do.
to scare them
Yeah.
off instead
Yeah.
of them like chewing through my
Yeah.
Get away! Get away!
$380.
I mean, a
pack.
horse,
Yeah.
a horse
yeah,
can
I
do some
agree.
damage to you, but I mean, it's not a bear.
Not with that Opinel.
You know,
Just kidding.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't.
We're gonna put oats in someone's backpack. Like I'm gonna bring a bag of steel cut oats and just sprinkle them around
my
everyone's
God.
tent.
Dude.
That's amazing.
That horse better not get too close, or I'm gonna make some glue.
I was gonna say we're gonna be hooking up some
yeah.
souvenir glue.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I'm
Don't
excited.
hate.
I'm excited for the
Can't
horse.
say that.
I hate horses, but there's something about these mini ones that make me
You're gonna
They're
come.
cute.
You're gonna come back with a change of heart.
Yeah, they're
Man,
cute. Look at that. Look how furry that one
Look
is.
at how cute that thing
That
is.
one's
Fuzzy.
adorable.
You know, like those cows that are super fuzzy.
Yeah.
Like
Half
that's
horse.
what it kind of looks like. Yeah, it's a half horse.
a half
but
horse.
dude, I mean, those jaws, man. That
It's
teeth,
4 feet tall. That thing was 4 feet tall.
Yeah, the dude
half horse.
riding one of these things.
Don't. No. All right, I'm just gonna put it out there. That was
Not
a
gonna be
joke.
Taurons.
No one's gonna be riding one. I'm not trying to end up on Taurons of Yellowstone
Yeah,
anytime
no.
soon.
We're not even going to Yellowstone.
I know, you know how that account goes.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, dude. That's
I
that's
hope
gonna be
we see
interesting.
horses.
Yeah,
I hope we do too. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
That was awful.
That was a bad
That
one.
was really terrible.
Holy shit! Who can do the best horse?
Not me.
That was awful.
That was bad too.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
horse boy.
I just spilled water everywhere.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, Pfeiffer, you're up, dude.
I just spilled water
All right,
all over myself.
Paul, give us your best horse. Yeah,
There he is. Yes, Paul takes it.
Rearing to go. Oh, that was good. Who was that?
That was
Who
me.
was that?
That was you. That was
I
good.
had to redeem myself.
Wow, that was pretty good.
What are we doing?
Not
I
bad.
want to hear Pfeiffer do it.
This is what happens
No,
when
dude.
we decide that we're
I'm
going to
having
do an
issues.
episode the morning of.
Yeah,
I'm having
right.
issues over here.
No, we got to figure out how to call them to us. You know,
Yeah.
who's gonna attract?
I think the pouch of oats is a good move.
Shit.
I'm just
Not
gonna-
only does it
oats?
add weight to somebody's pack as
You
a
don't need a
joking
lot.
way,
Worth
but
it.
it
Don't
also
Don't need a
Worth
lot. Just a little,
Just
just
a
a little
little
claw
bit.
get a little
pouch.
salt lick.
a
Yeah.
little bit.
Love it.
Would you rather
Hey, salt lick
what
off
was
your
it?
pack?
Would you rather be a salt lick or would you rather have
Be attacked by
birds
birds
nesting
flying
in
in your
hair.
head? Yeah.
That was funny.
Yep.
Go back.
That
Listen.
was the last
Yeah, that was
episode.
last episode.
102.
Or no, that was 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago.
We
It's
lost
hard
it.
to
What a
figure
mess.
out. dates
So we're
now.
going to. and We're summoning Mount Rogers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go
that's
to Mount Rogers.
That's sort of the
Which is the highest peak in Virginia.
yeah.
Beautiful.
How does it stack up against Marcy?
5,700. Paul,
It's-
what
it's
is
a
it?
Paul, why don't you
wait.
go back to that All Trails and see what?
What our peak is.
It's not higher than Mount Marcy.
No.
Adirondacks, right?
I don't think so.
Couldn't be. I thought
Just,
that was the tallest.
Paul, go over the map and just zoom in.
Mitchell the highest?
It's over. Yeah, right there.
I don't
what
think
does it
Mitchell's
say?
the highest in the.
Zoom in.
There's another one we haven't been to before.
Mount Mitchell's
Yeah,
the
I was
highest.
right.
We did
in
we did
the
a whole
east.
episode on this. That
Oh.
Mitchell's the highest.
In
Remember?
the east.
Yeah, but that's like 6,000 something.
I know he was saying.
What is it, Paul?
Brian or Pfeiffer was saying that he thought Marcy was higher, but
Oh,
Mount
no,
Mitchell's
no,
higher.
No, we did an
I
episode
just
of-
didn't think Mitchell was the highest. I know Marcy's lower. Yeah.
Mar-
yeah.
Marcy felt higher than Mount Mitchell, in
Only
my
because it's
opinion.
bald.
Only
Yeah.
because it was bald and
Yeah.
it was in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly,
Mitchell was
exactly.
covered in parking lot,
Yeah,
Right.
which that bummed me out, dude.
So so what's Rogers at, Paul?
5,728.
It is a little bit higher than Marcy then, because
Yeah.
Seriously?
Marcy was 5.5 something.
Son of a gun.
Beautiful.
A little bit higher than Marcy.
And I don't think
Let's
you
get
can
it.
drive up to this one. I think you have to hike up, but I don't
Good.
know if this one's bald.
So
I can't remember.
I think in the little bit of research that I was doing with it, there was like a discussion about this little jaunt that we should take, this extra little jaunt, if
Google
it's
it,
worth
Paul.
it to go or not. And I was like, yes, we're going up this. It's some elevation. We're going to get some views. And then everyone was like, well, it's not bald. It's got trees, so we might not get a view. And I was like, that sucks. But either way, I think it might be worth it.
I mean, it's high.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll be good. We'll get some good shots up
So
there.
that's
that one they went counterclockwise, so it's all the way. Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
one peak there. That's
Boom.
Rogers
Bang.
right there.
5.7.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a couple hundred feet higher than Marcy then. Mm-hmm. At most. I think Marcy was 5.5.
I got to get my
5,560
feet back on Mount Marcy.
That
one
is
of
a
these days.
beautiful.
I know we're
Yeah,
not
that was
talking
such a
about
cool
that.
place.
beautiful
But dang.
mountain.
Adirondacks was on the list of maybes.
Maybe we
Could-
just go
could be
back
in the
in
fall.
the fall.
Could be.
Fall would be pretty time to go there.
Into it.
So
It would be cold, too.
Good.
Upon the research that I've done, I will say this. I know I texted you guys this, and I got. I'm just going to put it to tape. That I think that we're going to compare this to Dolly Sods, and I think
yeah?
and I think we're going to like it a little bit
So
more.
I
could see that.
I definitely think you're right too, because
the more I read, the more I see.
every video that I watch, every single one of them goes, man, this reminds me a lot of Dolly Sods. Every single one of them. Hey,
Is that how you read it in
This
your
is
head?
kind of like No, that's exactly how they sound.
Oh, I thought you were reading this.
No. I was watching a video like, hey, this looks a lot like Dolly Sauce.
Looks a lot like Dolly. What do you think?
I am
do you
stressed.
think people say that about us? They're like, oh yeah, that sounds like Dolly Sauce. you guys listen to Trail Theory?
You guys listen to Dolly Sauce.
These guys are idiots.
Cool. Yeah,
The
no.
universal
Probably.
backpacker voice.
Right.
Well, and I guess I feel like Dolly Sods is one of those areas that is so iconic.
Yeah.
And it looks
least
like
for
there's
East Coast
going to be.
people.
Yeah.
We're going to see some hills. We're going to see some peaks.
Yeah.
We're going to see some open areas. We're going to see some rock faces. It just seems like the variety of trail is going to be there. And I feel like it's going to be a mix between like an 80K, which is the Adirondacks for those that are unfamiliar with the acronym, and Dolly Sods. For whatever reason, that's what I'm seeing in the photos. And I'm incredibly excited about that.
I hope
Dolly
that's right,
Sods-
because that's a heck of a combination.
I
Dolly
don't think
Sods
it's going to
is
be
in-
as difficult as as the Adirondacks at all. But
Dolly Sods is in West Virginia, right?
yes. And
Yeah.
this is in Virginia.
And this is in Virginia.
Right.
And the Adirondacks are in New York.
Upstate
for people.
New York.
Upstate New
Yeah.
York.
Kind of over like 40 minutes-ish to Lake Placid.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm excited for. I mean, certainly the challenge. Let's talk about the trail, Paul.
Yeah.
How many miles are we doing? Can you zoom out? I can't remember off the top of my
It's
head.
not that one. It's the other one.
Give me one second.
There we are.
So we're doing
2411.
2411 miles. Ooh, and 40. Okay, maybe this is going to be a little harder than I thought.
4,500-ish, because I don't know why it's doing this. So
That's a bit elevation.
For those that don't know, what we typically do is we'll research trails on All Trails or other platforms. Usually All Trails, because a few of us have a subscription for those guys.
Pro Trails Premium.
Or Pro Trails.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll then take that, and if we need to make adjustments, the thing that I love about All Trails is that you can create your own map. And so we usually create our own custom map, and if we're going to vary from what the one trail did, which we
the beauty
ended up
of that
doing.
is we can share it with you all.
We can share it with you guys
after the fact,
Yep.
and we can make marks on it.
Yeah.
And maybe what we should do is we should also include photos at certain areas.
Yeah.
We've never done that before.
Well,
Yeah.
the only
We've talked
reason
about
we
it, we
haven't done that is because you would have to, or we would have to put in real time a waypoint and then just jot down like photo taken, whatever your photo number is.
I think we can look in the data of the camera.
Right.
And Paul, maybe you.
Paul's nodding his head.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to track that to some degree from a location standpoint.
Yeah, we'll try to add some more stuff in.
But at any rate, even if we made it a reference point on our phone, photo, and made sure to like call out some specifics.
Paul's producer wheels are spinning. I can see
Gears are turning.
Yeah, it'd be
spinning
cool.
slow.
they're spinning slow.
A little dinged up.
But the other thing that I love about doing
Grease 'em.
the own custom map like this is they've got different colors for different routes. So like I go in and I do, for day one it's in red, and then day 2's in blue, and then day 3
It's a
is
selling
in gold,
point for this
and
guy.
Day 4 is in purple, and it's kind of laid out nice, and you can put in where your proposed camp spots are going to be.
I
which
will
is kinda
say,
nice.
Brian, every single time you do this, I'm really happy about it. And then Allison and I just went on a trip last weekend, and similarly, I did this.
Did you do it?
I was very proud.
Yeah.
I have to assume, and maybe the listeners will care or not care, but when you mark the camp spots, those are waypoints, right? You're naming the waypoints.
Those ones are waypoints, correct?
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I was trying. I see that you can like label the routes and like that's you color code the days, which I think is very smart and really helpful to see it.
It's just
like as a
visually
whole
nice
group.
to see. Yeah.
Sure. But
because
I
then
didn't
you can
know you
see-
could name the waypoints.
Well,
so.
you can just go through and just make one route and just
Exactly,
do whatever,
exactly.
and then you can put waypoints in for that. But I like being able to do the different routes for the different days, because then you get how many miles you're going to do in that day,
In that single day,
plus
yeah.
elevation gain.
Right.
And I think it just makes the trip a little bit more organized.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more
Well, and from a
bite-sized,
planning
figuring out what you
standpoint,
can do.
we can as a group look at it, and it's as we're doing our prep for the meet. Like we did a meeting last night
yesterday.
with the whole group.
Yeah.
You can look at it and we all know, okay, day 1 we're doing 4-ish miles, day 2 we're doing 8.5. Like I think seeing that visually is really cool.
Yeah.
And then you can.
Well, and
we're not asking the question every 3 minutes where it's like, hey, day 4, how many miles are we doing?
Yeah.
Right.
And what's interesting is that because I didn't get to join last night, I was otherwise engaged, but
Crashing boards, man. Just say it.
Getting
Play a little b-ball last night. Didn't make it to the backpacking group.
getting his ankles broken by some high schoolers. That is accurate.
The Miami Heat getting their asses beat.
Our first day, or I guess half day, because it's travel day. We're only going 4 miles, but we're getting more elevation in that 4 miles than we are the next day in the 8 miles.
Correct.
So it's gonna be a steep first half. Of the day.
we go.
I love starting the day like that.
A little crispy, yeah.
Legs
blood
are
It's gonna be
fresh, but
it's gonna be
pack is
like
heavy.
what was a trip you, Greg, and I did? Was that Mitchell?
That was
Yeah.
Because
it's
that's
not
right.
going to be
on.
quite like
You
that.
don't think
though.
that day one?
Mitchell was way steeper than
You think
day
it-
one was way steeper than that.
Oh, I guess I
For
was.
Is it
sure.
gonna cause-
We only went like 2.5 miles.
I will.
It was a face kicker.
Is,
there.
it going to cause Nick to throw up in the first mile? Is
No,
that,
no. Nick
As
will
long as
be
we don't
good.
chug beers right out of the van.
Nick just got done running a marathon,
Yeah.
so he'll be fine.
And he
He'll be in
also
shape.
said his pack is going to be sub 28.
Yes.
Whoa.
Love that.
Which for Nick,
I'd have been impressed with
Big
sub
Tower,
40.
Tower.
that is a
That's very slim. He's been doing his research.
Yes.
He's been listening to Trail Theory.
yes.
Yeah.
I do
yes.
wanna
He's coming away with all this new knowledge.
I do want to
Yeah.
say this. So, we have our route set. I know some people have heard that we're doing 24 miles over 3 days or 4 days, and they're like, "What the f-? That is like nothing." Because some people I know, in some research that I just want to bring it up. Some people when I was doing my research in Grayson Highlands, really anywhere I go, a lot of people are like, "We did 20 miles in a day.
Sure.
We did this and blah."
Right.
And that's very common. And it's not that we can't do that. We don't want to do that.
Right.
We all like kind of getting to camp early.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can enjoy our fellowship. I think it's important when we are mapping this out and sharing our map, because they're like, who would do 4, 3, 8 miles? I think it's important for us though that I love getting to camp while it's light out.
Yeah.
we do
being
for the
able to-
content.
Yeah.
For the content.
Well,
No,
I do it
need to
so
do it
I'm not
from the
like
trail.
stressed out setting up my tent, and I can relax
Yeah.
and make some dinner and chill and,
There was a-
and
well,
take
it's
a
not-
tug of the
it's not
whiskey.
just-
Throw the aerobie.
Yeah, it's a camping trip too.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just about trying
It's
to
a
crush
fellowship
miles and
community.
stuff.
There was
Yeah.
a big shift where in our earlier trips where it was always pack as much as you could
We
in.
did, dude.
Until Dolly 2 came around, and the whole point of that was like
Loaf.
do as little
we
as
took
possible.
we took a
and do
0 day.
Took a
so
0
like,
day.
That was
Basically
the
sent a
only
0
time
day,
we've
yeah.
ever done
Thinking
that.
about
Since-
doing that
We've been a lot more
sounds
balanced since then.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
It's
So
fantastic.
here's a question. Now that we're talking about this, and Austin, it's a great thing to mention because I agree. People are like, man, 4 miles, you guys are wimpy.
Yeah.
We're also driving 6 hours to get here too,
Yeah,
guys.
guys.
So why don't you chill out?
You tell him, Brian. Horse out of here.
I don't know. Maybe the
last
I've created
listener
a
just
straw
dropped-
man. Maybe nobody really gives a shit. Maybe I'm the one who gives a shit. Who's like, guys, we're good. I swear, we're good hikers. We're pros.
But all
we
right,
can do
so,
20.
So 1,500 feet in 4 miles, like that's not a joke. So my question now is, what do you think? And I'm mentally coming back. I don't remember how many miles we did in a day for the Adirondacks, but we had to shorten the trail for feasibility and the entire trip. So what do you think we could do in a single day?
I mean,
we could do
we've done 20 miles in one day.
with weight. I mean, with backpacking weight.
That was also though an accident.
It was.
Yes, it was an accident,
right,
but we
right.
still
We
did
still
20
did it.
miles, and we still got to camp before the sun
we
went down.
we could
It was
do
a hard day, but it was good.
we
Yeah.
could do, and people do probably with this exact or very similar trail all the time, is show up in the morning and do this in a day and roll out.
for
so
sure,
Paul,
100%.
go to just
We
because
could
I'm curious.
trail-
Go
we
to
could
the
trail run this if
Go
we
to the
wanted to.
trail or go to the all trails for the actual the one that we started from, because usually it says most in the description of the trail. It says like people do it in 9 hours and 42 minutes.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
like
that's
on the
That one-
average. I'm
the-
curious.
Click on the one arrow that's in the white to the left.
upper left corner.
Down.
We're all watching you.
shit.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the description say that
Those
people do it in?
producer gears are moving slow. Jeez. A little rusty.
It takes an average of
Is it
14 hours and 11 minutes.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
could bang this out in a day.
Yeah.
If we,
And
I mean,
people
we would be. That would
I mean,
suck.
that's. I mean, if you knew it was going to be a day hike, and you started at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Oh,
You're also not
Plus,
carrying
you're not-
30 pounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to be much lighter.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, though, and I've thought about this before, and this is kind of reminding me to bring it up with you guys. Like, I do think it would be fun for us to do something like that. Something
talked about it
nearby.
before.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
we go and we're just like, let's start at 6. Let's
Just
crush
crush it.
like 15, 20 miles and then go home.
I'm down. I'm
Yeah.
down to do like a full marathon loop somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I also, and I'm going to put this on
It'd be
camera
different.
because I
Oh.
want it to happen.
Yeah, it would be very different.
Like the crotch pot?
That wasn't on camera. That was on mic.
All right.
Was that not on camera?
That was
No, that was
pre-camera.
That was early.
Oh,
Crotch
that
pot
early?
is
It's on tape though, so
Crotch
people
pot
know.
is extremely early trail theory lore. The listeners in the last year have probably no idea what we're talking about. We're gonna let's
now
keep it
they
that way.
will.
Let's remind them.
So I had this idea the other
Tell us,
day
Beef.
when I went for a day hike, and I texted you guys about it. And I want to put it on mic because I do want to do it this summer, at least once. Okay, and I'm gonna call back to an old articles episode that we did where I found the story about this guy who talked about SKTs.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Right.
So everybody knows FKTs, fastest known times. Famously done by many amazing hikers and backpackers and trail runners with like the AT, PCT, all that kind of stuff. An SKT SKT is the slowest known time, and the idea is that you take a hike and you try to go as slow
as you can.
as humanly possible.
like
so
molasses.
I love the idea of that. I think that it's I don't know. It's just an idea that I think I would like to do this summer with one of our local trails. I have one in mind, and I'd like to do this relatively short hike.
What kind of distance are we talking?
Well, the one that I did the other day was only like 2.5 miles.
I think that's too long.
No,
You can make that into 3
Bro,
days.
I think you got to go like a full mile.
No.
And
I
do
think
it in
that,
like 10 hours.
I think 3 miles.
I think that'd be a challenge.
It is
Yeah,
a challenge.
that's
That'd
the
be
point.
an awful challenge.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
don't share your interest in this.
I think
but
that there's a
I
trail.
don't either.
I didn't want to do, so I'm not going to do the one that I just did that gave me the idea, only because there's a pretty big section where it's like on the side of a road. Not a big section, but if you're doing it
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
9 hours, it would be
If you're
a
going to
big
be on
section.
that section for 3 hours,
It's like on the road and there's like a construction site.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that. But there's another one that I know it's all in the woods. And I believe it's 3 or 3.5 miles. And I'd like to spend literally an entire day doing it and see and try it out.
That's kind of like doing it. That's like a little bit of a Shinrin Yoku kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because like you're just moseying through. You're taking everything in. You're taking your time. You're not. There's no end game. There's no. It's just you're kind of walking through and doing it. And
that's less than
you're
moseying.
stopping.
That's like
you're stopping. You're
crawling.
taking
Oh, look, a leaf.
little meditation.
I mean, honestly,
army
and-
crawl.
Well, and
That's-
I
I'll do it with you.
I didn't necessarily like do that on this day hike that I went on by myself, but I was kind of like, oh man, if I was doing this slow, I know that I would really focus in on the details. That mushroom growing on that log,
Right.
These little flowers poking out of these pile of leaves that make no
By the end of
sense
this,
that they're growing right there.
You will have named that mushroom Wilson and carrying it with you.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah,
don't touch
man.
it.
it'll be your
Make
friend.
no trace. Make no trace.
I'm gonna eat it and
Start
it will
tripping.
definitely turn into Wilson. No,
You're either gonna trip or die.
Yeah, trip, die, or it might be delicious. I don't know. It's one of those 3 things. No, I just want to put it on camera. It's something that I want to do, and I think it would be a fun challenge. So we'll see.
Yeah.
This
We'll see.
summer. I already have the trail picked out. So I just got to figure out a date.
All right.
All right.
I think it also has to be a weekday because I don't want to go on like a Saturday and it
When
be
it's
like.
busy.
Yeah, a bunch of people. Like I want it to be as isolated as possibly.
The people are going to start talking
possibly.
about like, there's this dude, this weird guy,
They're called
and he's like talking to
crawling.
trees, and he's like he stopped for like a full hour and isn't moving. It's
But is
very
that
It'd
weird.
be a good trail to do
is
the
there
crotch pot
Are
on.
there
rock.
rules? Are there
He
rules
has
around
time.
that
He's
though?
licking things.
Like,
I
can
don't
you
think
not?
there's
Like,
rules.
do you have to keep moving at least at some pace?
I don't think there's a
Listen,
rule
if
for
there
it.
are
completely.
rules, I will look them up and follow them.
All
But
right.
I don't think there's much
I don't think
rules
there
Because I
is.
feel like SKT, it's like, all right, I'll camp here for 3 days, and
But
then I did a mile.
you
and
can't
Slowest
camp.
no time.
You can't camp. You can like probably sit.
Sit on the
you gotta
ground.
rest
Sit.
at some point. Listen, we'll look up the rules.
Why would you need to rest?
It's so exhausting.
I guess you're trying.
Yeah, but you're going to be standing the whole time. That'd be tiring still. You're on your feet for 10 hours, 12 hours.
I look forward to seeing the content that you create.
I'm excited. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it out.
We'll have to put everything
It's a
in fast
challenge.
motion.
It's a challenge. I'm going to be, and hopefully, I mean, I would assume I would be the only person to have a recorded slowest known time for this trail, unless somebody had that idea to do it before, but I
Not
doubt
on
it.
that trail,
No
no
way.
way.
Yeah.
No.
Also
So,
be in
we'll
the
see.
books by the end of the summer.
Trying to get
The
a Guinness.
one SKT book that they put.
That's the plan. I'm going to start being an SKT influencer. I'm just going to hit all the trails all over the place. I'm the slowest known time here and there. No, I don't want to do that.
It's like a leaderboard on the arcade games.
Yeah. Exactly.
You gotta leave at the trailhead a little note.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got there, but
Yeah. Get back, I guess.
this actually, Austin made a good point about us taking 3 nights to do this, and there's a point to that, is that we do like the camping and the ability to just hang out and be outside and everything, and that's part of the wilderness aspect of it too. Is you can go do this in a day, but you never get the I'm out there feeling, because it's like you're just moving the whole time, and then you're back at your car before you know it. Right?
Yep.
Biophilia, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get that.
The more-
That's the point. We want to be out there for
The
long
more
enough to realize
isolation, the farther away from civilization, the better.
Yeah,
You know?
So it's
Yeah.
it's not that we couldn't.
Well,
It's
and
that we
that's
don't
why,
want
like,
to.
we were when we were looking at campsites and like where we could possibly go, there was a spot in the first night where it seemed like it was near a road, and where like
It's not really a road.
Yeah,
It's
I'm kinda confused.
It's a dirt road. You'd have to have a 4x4 car to be able to get through
I see.
it.
Okay.
I looked at like a satellite view of it.
Was that scales?
Yeah, it's scales.
Yeah.
I did a Google search of that too. It's an old. It's like a horse corral.
Yeah.
is what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty neat. I mean, it would fit our larger group that is going if we are having a harder time that first night to try to find a spot for everybody.
yeah.
But it looks like a nice open flat area.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm seeing it.
The road through it is a dirt road. It is
Yeah.
and it's like almost like a one-way kind of thing.
Yeah,
too.
I'd probably be pretty upset if I saw somebody like driving through. Like, yeah, I just don't want to see cars when I'm camping.
mean,
but
it would
again,
be-
it's not going to be.
It would be similar to
I'm not going to be pissed. I just
at Manistee when we were kind of in that
Right.
car campy-ish
Gotcha.
type
Yeah.
of place. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be some of that.
It's not
out
going to be
there.
like a
We saw
highway.
that at Perry too, which was
Yeah, but
We had to walk
only
through,
because
like,
we
car
walked through
campgrounds.
a campground. And then
Yeah.
we didn't really. I guess we were kind of close.
You know what I'm going to start doing this trip too?
But
I'm going to start rating our campsites.
yeah. Well, Greg takes pictures
He
of
does.
his
Everyone,
campsite.
yeah.
he's
Does
got them
he?
all documented. Yeah.
Yeah.
does.
I'm gonna start rating them 1 to 10. Maybe I'll do a retrospect as well and go back on the old ones.
really
and start
should.
ranking them. But I wanna do like a rating scale.
Well,
I
we
think
can
it'd be
put
fun.
it. We can put it on the All Trails map too,
Yeah.
and just be like, "Hey, listen, this was an okay spot. This
Yeah.
was a great spot. This spot didn't have water. This
Yeah,
spot sucked ass."
and because like we had an episode before where it wasn't the whole subject, but it was like
Trail
a part
Theory
of it,
official rating.
Oh, yeah, we did.
where we were like, what makes the perfect campsite? And we talked about it
the
and like
art of the camp or the art of the campground.
the
I
art of
can't
the
remember,
campground,
something like that.
something like that. And I think that it would be interesting to like really judge it and figure out, it's especially like throughout the events of the entire night. Okay, like this is why it was great. This is why things maybe weren't that great. I think it'd be cool to like kind of do
A lot,
rating
of, a
system.
lot of it, campground's what you make it though, right?
I see in the story that's there too. I
No,
agree.
absolutely, because like it I think that plays into the rating though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You know,
Right.
Because I would say most camp spots we get while we're out on the trail are pretty good. Not like
We make
anything-
them great.
and that's what I mean. It's like
Well-
they're mostly pretty average.
Let's
like
be
how
clear.
many times do we have like, oh shit, this is amazing?
We
Right.
did get called out a little bit on one of our last emails that when we do say campground, it's not like a campground. It is backcountry camping. So there's not
Wild
really like-
camping.
so it's
Yes.
it's wild camping. So when we say campground,
Dispersed camping.
Yeah, it's dispersed camping. We're not talking about like a campground where you pull your car up to.
there's no
so-
fire ring.
Just to
there's
be clear about that.
well,
We're,
sometimes there's
no, there's
like a rock fire
ring, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
it's
metal.
established.
There's no metal fire ring.
We're not
Yeah.
like
Right.
clearing
It's not an
with
RV
land.
park.
Stamped
Right,
logos in
right.
it. Yeah.
right.
yeah.
I guess terminology.
Well, and I didn't he mention that my voice is going apparently for some weird reason.
It's puberty.
Finally,
Congratulations on the balls dropping, buddy.
was it? What was he saying in the email that the terminology in different areas of the country too.
Yeah,
so
in
we call
Europe,
it that.
it's wild
makes
camping.
sense. Yeah,
Right.
it makes sense to us, but that's
Yeah.
not what they call it other places.
That's interesting.
It was
Yeah.
a great email. Thank you
was.
for that, by the way.
Calling us out on a bunch of shit.
I loved it. It was great.
It was good. It was very. Honestly, it was like one of those. So when you guys do emails and we do read them,
We do.
they are really meaningful, and it is like the first thing. Whoever sees it first, it's like a group text.
Well,
like,
yeah.
we got an email.
Did you see this? Well, he also
Check this out. It's cool.
This dude also ran through 100 episodes in 3
Yeah.
weeks too. So
Bro,
that is
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
what
got to be a
a
record.
hero.
Speaking of
When we have
records.
merch, you're the first one getting
yeah,
sent shit.
for real, dude.
Yeah, what a 3.5 weeks got through 100 episodes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Bulldoze.
Son of a-
That's
Man.
a lot of us.
I keep
a lot
thinking
of us.
about
That's
that.
too
Yeah.
much.
Binge. You hear that? It's binge worthy.
Yeah.
I can't even handle that much of us. So
Yeah, does
Congratulations.
anyone listen to the episodes anymore? After editing them for 3-4 hours, I don't listen to any of them anymore after the
Well, I mean, you have to listen to them.
You have to. You end up listening to it like 5 times.
I punch through like a couple at a time.
do.
Yeah.
Yep, I listen.
Yeah.
I watch on YouTube. I'm a YouTube guy.
You're a YouTube.
Yeah.
You're a YouTuber.
I'm a YouTuber when it comes to the
Nice.
trail theory.
Yeah.
Every other podcast I listen to, it's all Spotify.
Spotify.
But for us,
Yeah.
but also like I'm looking for clips and stuff like that. So
Right. I guess that's true.
There are other
Nice
goals.
moments.
Speaking of, if you haven't subscribed, please do that now. We would
And leave a
really
comment.
appreciate that.
Please
Leave comments.
do.
I
Keep
will
your
say, and it's funny, listening to our podcast is still entertaining to me. Like,
It's good.
There are
I'm glad you
times
can-
where I'm just listening. I'm
if we
like,
can't
wow.
if we can't enjoy it, then no one else is probably going to be enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah, I guess.
So
If we can't rip through 100 episodes in 3.5 weeks,
Right.
then nobody else will.
I've
So-
definitely missed some. So
Yeah.
he's definitely listened to more than me.
Absolutely. Yeah. He has definitely listened more than I
But
have.
no,
I
that's
would
awesome.
agree.
But honestly,
I
I have I know friends of mine that have probably listened to every episode
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
released.
yeah, I
So
agree. I agree.
we've got some loyal cats.
My
and we
favorite
appreciate that.
is
do.
when there's
Thank you.
people that I know that I don't know that they listen, and then they're like, "Oh, dude,
they bring it up.
podcast."
Oh,
Sweet.
dude, I had that happen to me before
I had
too.
someone I work with just today, this morning, come up to me and go, "Hey, would you rather have a sticky or greasy?" I'm like, "Oh my god, dude!"
That's so funny, incredible.
That's
What did you
amazing.
say?
I was like, "Greasy."
Yeah.
Wrong.
I don't want a
So
sticky.
funny.
I don't want a sticky sleeping bag.
Everyone jump
we
back.
go again.
Jump back 2 episodes. Which
Yeah,
that,
it's up
that one
there.
we can.
That
Would you
one's up
rather?
there.
Yeah, right
The
here.
would you rather is
Sticky
up
or
there.
greasy is going to be forever a thing.
Yeah. It's such a good question.
Yeah,
That's great.
Austin, you asked that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yep,
you
It was
did.
one of
did.
his.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nice.
question.
Nice.
I
done.
don't only bring silliness to the table. All right, so
Let's get back
on
to
track
the trail.
not Grayson Highlands.
the pony
Mount
Highlands.
Rogers trip.
So yeah, we got all of our shit mapped out. We got camp nights, everything like that. One thing to mention about camp nights too that we were finding in our research on this is that and I guess we'll find out more when we get there. Maybe there's some more research that we can do, but a lot since part of this is on the AT, there are a lot of shelters.
Yeah, there's
And
tons of shelters.
I still haven't though figured out if that means that there isn't a lot of dispersed camping or they just have that available for through hikers.
I think both.
Yeah,
and then
I'd
I
say
think
probably
that
both.
in the sections that they have the shelters, I did look at some of them. It almost reminded me of the shelter that we were on, or that we were at for the
Washington.
first Mount Washington one,
Yeah.
where it
And
was
the,
like
yeah.
you kind of had to because of the slope. And
Yeah,
there
there
were
wasn't
rocks
much-
and stuff
there
like that.
wasn't
There wasn't much
any
over
other
in
place
that
to
go.
section.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because my initial thought, and I mentioned this to you guys last night when we were on our call, my initial thought was like, I want to avoid the shelters. One, well, that my own personal thing, like I don't really care for a shelter. Like I like my tent. But also I want the AT shelters to be available for through hikers. But the way it seems is that might not just be the case. It's not like there's going to be AT through hikers like searching for shelter because a bunch of like, whatever guys like us are taking it.
Yeah.
I think that might be the only option in certain spots to do the shelters.
There's camp spots in other shelters within like a half a mile of each other.
So not terrible.
So I don't honestly think trying to find a spot to camp is going to be a problem.
So
we
I
do
wanna
have
ask
we
a
do have a
question,
larger
man.
group this time.
Yeah.
we have 8 people coming, and there are rules within both of these areas. You can't have a group over 10, which we wouldn't
there we
anyways.
go.
But even still, we're getting close to that. With 8, but
Yeah, so I want to ask
no
this.
hitchhikers.
no hitchhikers.
So, and I want to ask this because I think my opinion has changed over the years. Tent or shelter?
What would we prefer?
If you got to pick.
I love me a lean-to.
Same.
I'm a big fan.
I think just because you don't know if you're gonna have a spot, depending on when you get there, I would just rather do it.
Well, yeah.
although I
if you
do
have-
like sleeping flat.
Well,
If you have both
I'm saying if you
at
have
your-
your
at your
tent
disposal,
and you
yeah.
and there's like a spot where there's a shelter
Yeah.
and there's a tent and you
Yeah.
you could set your tent up.
I will say this: if I'm carrying that tent, I want to sleep in it, right? But that being said, I do like a shelter. A shelter's
Yeah.
fun.
Shelter's
and that's
nice.
I guess my
well,
thought.
I
yeah.
guess this too.
Depends if it's buggy.
I don't know if there was another trip where you guys did a shelter, but the one time we all slept in the same shelter like sardines was a blast. It was
Yeah.
warm.
One of the best nights
That
I
was
ever
awesome.
had.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if I want to do that every night. It was just that moment was cool, and I
was
would do
fun.
it again. But like,
yeah.
you know,
But we knew going into that trip that we were going to be in shelters, though.
We-
for the
well,
most
Well,
part.
no, for
well,
sure.
no,
we
I brought a
we all
tent.
had our tents.
we knew we were either going to be in shelters or we had the
platforms.
The platforms.
they had
Yeah.
platforms
Yeah.
That's right,
available,
that's
right.
So that's why we brought tents.
Right.
Because if-
But I was very happy to leave my tent in my pack.
Yes.
Not busted out the entire trip. And
I
then
will say,
was
even carrying it,
fine with that.
Here's
perfectly
here's
cool.
the other nice thing about a shelter, especially with that trip that we did in the White Mountains, is that because it was rainy and wet the
Yeah.
entire time, if you are needing to like build your tent and have your
Yeah.
pack
Right.
out and all this, there's no chance you're getting dry. You're
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty miserable. So that is also nice in those
and
type
it
of
was
environments.
that night we were at that shelter. It was raining a little bit.
Yes, it
I just
was.
remember sitting on that like stoop.
Yeah.
And it was like
We were making
Pot stickers.
pot stickers.
that
or
was just such
drinking
a
coffee.
cool
Yeah.
moment, man.
It was good.
I mean, we had a picnic table, but we didn't need it because we had the
Right.
stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. you know?
Right.
It was amazing.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I
that was
would. Given the option, I like a lean-to. It's
I'm
But
indifferent.
yeah, so it looks like
but-
Yeah.
it looks like
I like sleeping in a tent. Too,
It looks
but-
like we have options. I do think that with our amount of people and the option for camping, it's going to be nice. I like having like the tents out and then like okay, so the shelter that we stayed at that one time, there wasn't a fire ring or like a place to have
Right.
a bonfire. So like again, a camp's more likely to have that option
Right.
for
Yeah,
you
I
too.
agree.
So again, we're gonna play it by ear and see what's out there. I'm excited to see what the options
But
are.
at this point, we didn't go to any section that we're particularly going for a shelter.
Right.
Like
Right.
each
Yeah.
of
It's
each
just
of the
gonna be
spots that we
happenstance.
have
We'll
are
see. Yeah,
are
we'll see
all
how it
for-
goes.
show up and see what we get.
Paul-
We can do fires here, by the
Paul,
way, right?
shelter
Yes,
or
we
tent?
can.
This is a pro fire place.
Yes.
Yes, we can do fires, and we don't have to bring bear canisters. So
Correct.
Good.
Two things that we like. We will follow any rule and go to
We will.
places with those rules, but it is nicer to be able to have a fire and to not bring your bear
I
can.
I
will-
won't go to the place where you have to pack in your shit though. Or
Pack out
your
pack out your
actual
shit.
We
your-
always
your
pack
poop.
in our shit.
Pack out your shit.
Wag bags, wag bags. I always find it interesting. when-
Paul.
I find it interesting whenever I go to our local REI in Cleveland because there's no hiking anywhere near us that requires a wag bag.
Yeah.
And I always go to the wag bag section and I'm like, who's buying? I mean, it's probably somebody going on a trip farther away, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
But like they have so many, they have like 5 or 6 different wag bag options. Like in tents. It's a lot
but,
of stuff.
but I would say there's probably some people that just feel like whether
Sure,
it's required
right.
or not,
They're
that's
gonna
what
do
they
that.
do.
Yeah. They're called nerds. No, I'm kidding. Pack your shit if you want to shit. But
Or if you have to. Yeah.
well, yeah, no. If you have to, of course.
Yeah.
I would not avoid a trail because I had to pack my poop out. I would do it. Hey, they make shit for it. They make gear for it.
there's so many
better,
other
it better be pretty magnificent.
There's so
Yeah.
many other incredible places we can go to first.
Hey,
Man,
I'm not
we're
going
not
out of my
running out of
way.
spots.
I'm not going out of my way. to
Definitely
find
taking
them.
one of those.
I'll,
What's the food
okay.
bag? The brand.
The Ready Wise
Ready
one?
Wise.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely taking one of their
With the
zipper
good zips.
pouches. Yeah.
They
they
zip
got the
nicely.
strong
They
zips.
do,
Do it in
they
there.
do
Oh
zip
my
nicely.
God.
Yeah.
That are one of those lock sacks, which I think are the best bags ever.
Yeah, you bring
Those
those, don't
Ziploc
you?
bags.
Oh my
They're
God,
so
Oh,
those are
those are
intense.
the smell-proof.
Yeah, they're so nice.
yeah, odor-proof.
Mine's like my poop kit. Ironically enough,
Yeah.
I keep my toilet paper and
So if you really had to,
I keep it on the outside of my pack. Everything's ready
Nice.
to go. It's just
So-
like my kit, my go bag.
So speaking of gear, listen, I don't even want to speak because I have so many new things that I'm bringing.
Don't
do
tell
you
us.
guys have anything little or big that you have
Yes and
purchased
yes.
that you're bringing for this trip?
Yep.
And that you're excited to use?
Yep.
Like a wag bag.
well, hopefully you wouldn't buy something that you're not excited to use.
Well, I have one that I'm not excited to use that I bought.
That you're not excited
What?
to use?
A tick key.
Oh,
I don't want to
there you
have
go.
to use that.
Yeah,
I have
good
one.
point.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought one. Well, okay, so I
Did you buy one after this guy just got back from his trip?
1,000%.
Yeah.
and my son had one on his head this weekend. So
Oh, really?
Oh, dang.
I also kind of got it for the house, but also for our backpacking trips.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a
They
tick
were
key.
everywhere.
It's in my first aid kit.
Tell us, bud.
So my wife and I just got back yesterday from a trip to Garden of Gods in Illinois, in Shawnee National Forest, and there were ticks like I have never seen. They were little,
No,
but I kid you not, like first mile,
It's what nightmares are made of.
I'm like, oh, there's a tick, and I was kind of like, okay, whatever, maybe we'll
What'd you
see
see it
others.
on?
It was like on my pants or whatever.
Oh, it was on you already?
Oh,
Well, yeah, I was gonna see it.
immediately.
Well,
You're
maybe if
just
you
gonna,
were like
we did
spot it on
we
a
did
leaf?
a
well,
we
if you
did
were
like
sitting down or see like something like
okay,
that.
all right.
there was a part of the trail that we went that we added on that was like off the parking lot. There's like a backpacking parking lot that's got like a little kicker, and so we did the kicker without our packs, and then we got back to the car before we did the loop. And we both had shorts on, and we were like, all right, immediately putting pants on and like tucking our pants into our socks. And so then when we got to the tent, dude, 100 of them, like they were everywhere. I kid you
I've
not.
never heard of ticks like that.
Well, and I think it's this time of year based on like the little bit of research I've done, since
Ew,
then.
dude, my skin is
They
crawling
were-
right now, bro.
I mean, you zip
Yuck.
up like we literally woke up and like the mesh on the outside of the tent, we were flicking them. Like they were on the outside. They were everywhere. I mean, I probably removed 20 of them from the inside.
I'm
Did
not
you
okay
have to
with
take
this.
any off your
Dang.
skin?
I had one like on my arm, and it was like I noticed it immediately because it was on my arm. I had short
that's
sleeves
easy
on,
to get.
yeah, it was very easy. That was the only one that was like on our bodies, which was other than like on our clothes or our pants that we just flicked them off. But yeah, it was. Again, I don't know if I said it in this episode, but I'd maybe seen like one or two ticks in my life.
I've had one on me on the trail for Perry. When we were at Perry, I had one on me and I flipped out.
And this one, it was fine. I think Allison was a little spooked at first. She's like, "How am I? Like,
I would
we're gonna
be
get in the
too.
tent. We're gonna like, what are we gonna do?" And it's like, well, we checked everything, we shook everything, and we really gave it like a once over when we got everything zipped up. But it was, no issues. No issues.
That's crazy, dude. The
That's,
attack of the ticks.
But yeah, I've never seen so many. In my
Yeah,
life.
that's
It was-
crazy. Because it's
I don't even think
it's
I've ever
usually like
seen-
every so often. I mean, but honestly, it's like usually like it's already on your skin.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, there it is. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
whoa, like
Yeah,
flies.
they were just
something.
crawling, man. It was,
That's nuts, dude.
and we've never had tick issues on any trip that we've done.
maybe this upcoming trip
Maybe
we
this
will,
will be
'cause
it.
it's still kind of
I
early.
hope
But
not.
But yeah, that's like I just never see them.
So tick key is purchased. Anybody? So I know Brian. You mentioned that you got some new gear, right?
Yep.
What do you
what
got?
else you got?
I did with my REI. What are they calling it now?
Dividends. Rewards,
With my
yeah.
REI rewards,
Dividends
I got,
or no more?
I got a new Nemo all-season ultralight insulated pad, but it's a regular wide.
Is that the gray one?
Yes.
She wide
That's not the extreme one
It's
that I
not
did.
the extreme.
Ah, okay.
No, you got the extreme.
No.
on his
Oh,
unlimited
we did the
funds
unlimited
pad.
pack. That was my
Find the
Okay.
episode.
that was my dream
Yeah,
pack.
right.
Extreme, yeah.
No, yeah. So I went with that because I don't know. We were.
You're gonna
I think
like those extra
we were,
couple,
I think we were
inches.
talking. We were talking about your because you have a regular.
I have a regular long. No, I have a wide long.
A wide long.
Yeah,
I
I
have-
have a big boy.
I just used the wide for the first time.
Do you have one too?
Isn't
I
it
did.
wonderful?
I'm excited to use it.
It is, I will say.
Is it a big difference? It's like 5 inches.
It's a it's a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, any bit of like rolling that you do or moving around, you're gonna like
You're
it.
good.
You're gonna like it a lot.
See, I'm excited about that.
You're gonna like the way you sleep. Yeah,
I
guarantee it.
I was a little like I thought maybe it was going to be a little goofy. Like, oh, did it make a difference? It made a difference.
Yeah.
It was
It's a big
noticeable.
deal.
I'm looking
That's cool.
forward to that part. And then basically all of my stuff was kind of like sleep system. And then I got a new tent. I went with the tarp tent dipole LI.
Nice.
Boom, baby.
The deep
Yeah.
olay.
I
We
went with
are.
it.
We're getting. Almost everybody's gonna have a tarp tent because I just got a tarp tent
Yep,
too. So
you did.
yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Tarp tent rules.
I'm so happy that we found. I'm happy.
Well, you guys haven't
that-
trail rated them yet.
not yet.
I haven't trail
but
rated them.
Everything.
But
that
I'm
I
excited
have-
to see 'em.
I just got it today. It shipped today.
Oh,
Yep.
what?
Yep. Shipped
Nice.
today. So I got it today.
Did it come in the mail today or did it?
It came in the mail today.
Ooh.
Yep. I held it today.
set
in my
it up?
hands.
How light did it feel?
Dude, so light.
Yeah, it's insane.
So light.
I said this before, man. It feels like
Yeah.
you got gypped because of how cheap it feels, but it's not. It's like it's just well made.
This isn't a big deal, and this might not be a thing for everybody, but when companies send you a sticker within the package, that's a good touch. Good job, guys. Tarp tent, you did a good job.
I've always
Thank you for
I've
that.
always said
Love a
this.
sticker.
If you sell a product that's like over $40 and you don't, or $50 and you don't give a free sticker,
Yeah.
it's the stupidest thing ever. It's the cheapest thing. It's literally they're gonna slap it on a water bottle,
Yeah.
maybe their car, maybe their cooler, something
Yeah,
where
it's
people
so
are gonna
easy.
see it. It's
Yeah.
so easy.
It's
totally.
it's so nice. So thank you for including a sticker because there are companies that don't do that.
Yeah.
And I love
If
the
there's
fact
a
that
sticker
if
in
we
that
hadn't have
box,
done
I
that episode, we would not know what tarp tent is.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I thank you for reminding me because I wanted to go back and just thank you, Austin, for wanting to find a new tent because
that's right. That's the whole reason we did the episode.
I don't know if I would have actually found tarp
well,
tent.
you know, I asked
before.
for
Would've taken
help,
longer.
and it got everybody's gears
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Paul's a little rustier, but no, his gears have been rusty for a while. But no, we
We just got to get some of that grease, bro.
See,
gotta
I
get
don't
this
want to
ready.
do
Don't
any
worry
more
about
of
it.
those episodes.
Yeah, he doesn't want
that
all this
episode
stuff
cost
to
you
get greasy.
I'll
$700.
lube you. I'll lube you up, bro. It's okay.
Please do.
I don't care about
okay.
that part.
no, it's
it would have gone towards something.
I work for a reason.
That's right. Sweet. So sleep system, you got a sweet new tent coming.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I've talked about it. I've got a tarp tent as well,
Yep.
the double rainbow.
I'm excited to see that.
LI Dyneema, baby. So I'm excited to get that going. I've put it up and everything like that. And it seems like, dude, I could probably put that thing up in like less than 2 minutes.
The only
That's nice.
I'm excited to set it up. I'm not going to set it up tomorrow because we're supposed to get like tornado and hail and shit like that.
Seriously?
Oh, dude,
Really?
it's going to be bad weather tomorrow.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I had
I missed
no
that.
clue.
Bunker down, everybody. Well, it's already passed, so you won't care.
I hope you're okay.
Hopefully we're fine.
They're listening to like in like Russia too. So
Yeah, right. Don't joke. We've got people in Russia.
Yeah. We're all over.
We've got people all over the place. We're like in 44 countries right now.
nuts.
It's insane. But what I was going to say is, did you notice in your pack that I pulled out, it gave you a couple like free
Stickers.
Not stickers, but what do you call them? Patches,
patches,
repair
yeah.
kits.
Yep.
And then in the repair kit thing, it says if you ever need anything else, just ask. They're free.
That's dope.
So
That's
because
cool.
you buy the tent, if you need like some kind of patch kit or something, like they'll send you more stuff. So
That's
Tarp
like-
Tent is
I love
doing
that.
it already right out of the gate.
I love
That's
that.
like them honoring like a lifetime warranty.
Yeah, which
Like,
they do have.
basically,
Which
basically,
a
yeah.
lot of
they
those.
have.
I will say when
Yeah.
you get into the, I hesitate to say upper echelon of gear, but like,
it is.
when you get into that like level of cost, like
Right.
even Nemo's the same way.
Nemo's
Like,
the same way.
So
better-
many brands we
I
buy.
better not even think about another tent for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? Like I want this tent to go the distance.
Yeah.
Right? So no,
Ease his
I'm
It's a big
pain.
investment.
I'm really excited to see the differences between just the design between yours and mine because we got
we'll
a
see
different
soon. I'm
design.
excited.
I got the dipole, which is just a completely different thing, and you've got it's a
Double
freestanding
rainbow.
tent,
The
right?
rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see it.
So
I'm
yours
excited.
has poles, right? It comes with like its own
One
armature.
long one, one little one. That's it.
I have two little ones in mind that are for the end.
Okay.
Because they have those like windows.
Do you need your poles?
Trekking
your
poles?
Trekking
Yes.
poles? I don't, but can use them if I
Yeah.
don't want to use stakes.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, I love that.
you.
And then you
Very
got
nice.
some other stuff too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I have a lot of stuff. So I was in need of upgrading a lot of different stuff on the last trip, but I also haven't gone on a trip in a while. So I've missed a handful just for multiple reasons, but one of the reasons why I'm raring to go and very ready to go here in May. But
bursting at the seams.
I just got an Enlightened Equipment quilt, a Revelation 20 degree,
The Revelation, I was
850
trying to remember.
fill, wide, regular length.
Oh, you went with
orange.
the wide too.
Well, the regular
Nice.
and the color I wanted wasn't available, so I paid $30 extra for the wide.
Nice.
But anyways,
Probably not going to regret that.
no,
way.
man.
You won't feel
extra crap,
claustrophobic in it. Yeah,
No,
it'll
no,
feel
but
nice.
yeah,
Feel
I
like a
got
nice
it,
little blanket.
and it feels fantastic. I'm excited to take it out on the trail. I'm planning on doing a "What's in My Pack" episode for YouTube, so I don't want to dive too deep into this. We might talk about this a little.
It'll
bit.
already
Keep it
be out
secret.
by then.
Keep it secret.
Yeah, it'll already be out. So
Yeah.
we'll. Oh, really? By the time this comes out?
I think so.
Oh, well, there you
Well,
go.
whatever. Go back and watch it.
Yeah, clowns.
Right there.
I'm trying to think if I have anything new.
I do. I'm getting a new tent. I got a new tent through you because new to me at least. So I get a I get an upgrade.
But I've used it. So
Yeah, he's
it's
used it.
not,
I
It's
have.
still
I mean,
new for
yeah.
this trip. Yeah, it's
So
new.
Al and I are sharing on this trip, which is
This
nice.
is the first time since Dolly won, right?
There was another
that you
time.
guys have shared.
You guys,
no,
it's gonna be.
There was
snore
something
fest.
else.
maybe
Yeah, dude.
I can't remember. It's been
Snore
no,
City.
because
It's
what was
been a-
what was the second trip? The second trip was
Loyal
Loyal Sock.
Sock.
You and I shared.
Yeah, it's true. Al and I haven't shared since
I don't
Is
think
that
6 years.
right?
I don't think you guys have shared.
I think that's true.
Yeah, since the first trip.
because then
Man,
I had my
it's like a
single after
homecoming.
that. It is. Man, it's gonna be so loud.
man!
You guys are gonna be harmonizing your snores.
So let me just for people that don't know,
it's gonna be
this is the
wonderful.
reason why
Sawmill.
I don't sleep with either of them anymore. Is because they both snore so loud.
Because we did that.
Yeah.
We did that gear tent search, and then Brian found a tent he wanted. Now he's like, now this is his excuse.
I've
to
had
not
a
wanna
one
stay
person
with us,
tent before.
to not want to stay with us.
I went from a 1-person tent to a 2-person tent to sleep with you.
Whatever you got to tell yourself. buddy.
Listen, I want to sleep. These guys won't allow me to do so.
Hey, just because you can't sleep through the awesomeness that
Hey,
is your
okay. I'm gonna
buds.
put it in right now. This is what Pfeiffer sounds like next to
I know
you.
you still have the recording.
right there.
So the problem with that snore, listen, snoring, okay, if your friends snore, people snore, whatever. The problem with Pfeiffer is that it's not rhythmic. It's like off, and it just disrupts.
Oh, they
There's
heard.
no flow.
They know now.
I know. It's just like, and
I will be the
I don't know how your
perfect
wife
tent
sleep-
buddy.
I don't know how your wife
Hey,
sleeps next to you.
we're
I sleep
concerned.
through everything.
This whole conversation, Alex is not innocent here. You just
No,
said you
I
couldn't
know.
sleep with him
I
either.
can't sleep, but you're worse than he is
Well,
for sure.
All right,
Yours
we'll
is not-
find out.
Hold on. It's not the snore itself. It's not like,
No, it
oh,
is.
he's louder, blah, blah, blah. No, it's the rhythm. It's off rhythm. You don't know what's coming next. Listen, if there's like a cricket or a owl or something like that in the distance that's keeping you up, at least it's like hoo hoo hoo. Or somebody snores is like your shit is so whack, dude. It's like jazz. It's like, I can't get
The wavelength is like this.
He's just playing the wrong notes the
Alex
whole
and I
time.
we'll be syncopating throughout the whole night. It'll be
gonna
great.
be
I can
so
sleep
bad.
through anything, so it will not be a problem for me.
I wish I,
welcome
could,
it.
man.
You're the only two
You're
that have an
made
issue.
for you're made for each other.
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well
Can
as
you
for
sleep?
this tentness.
Can you sleep next to someone that snores?
Oh no, I remember in the Whites at
Oh,
the
no.
cabin, Fife was like he was like right next to me.
Bro, I made
And-
I made a conscious effort to move as far away from him as I could.
I noticed, and I understood. I understood the. Your,
I
your
love
method.
you, but
But
I
it
can't
was-
Come
sleep
on
with
down
you.
to
fine.
Snore Corner.
It was like I was concerned. I was like,
Yes.
is this guy dying?
Well, I think we sandwiched him because I was next to him too,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
thought I had the same thought. I was like, "You need to go see a doctor." Like serious concern. I'm still concerned today. but you haven't heeded any of our warnings.
No.
So if something happens,
It's on you
Sorry,
at this point.
when's the last time you slept with me?
Whoa.
Maybe it's all better. Maybe it's better now.
we'll find out.
I mean,
We'll find out.
unless there's something I don't know,
Something-
and you're sneaking in my house at night.
He got
then-
kicked by a mule. Now he's good again.
Yeah.
He's like something got
Maybe
rattled
it'll happen.
straight.
We've got some ponies coming
Yeah, we got
up.
some ponies. Maybe we got stomped by.
Yeah,
a pony
I just
and
need
it'll fix your
to
deviated septum.
Listen, those
Fell down
ponies
the
are
well,
not going
eyes
to come
crossed.
near our
Kicked by a
tent because
mule.
they're going to be like, I'm
Perfectly
not going near
fine.
that.
I'm gonna laugh this time, and I'm just completely silent, and that
You
keeps you
won't
awake
be.
because you're expecting to hear it and you don't, and then
No,
you can't sleep.
that won't be the case.
That's what's gonna
I can
happen.
tell you.
Incredible.
It's not gonna happen. I still snore.
Oh
Awfully.
my god.
Fife, anything new for you?
No. I'm excited to bring some beef bulgogi on the trip, though.
Yeah.
Make sure I get
I
some
gotta
of
order
that.
food.
Shout out ReadyWise
I gotta
Pro
order some
Adventure
food,
Meals.
dude.
So I'm gonna try and get some bighorn.
Yeah, because we have
And,
one more beef bulgogi, and I don't think the four of us probably want.
I
think,
took it on my trip. I didn't eat it though.
Oh, you didn't eat it. I was gonna say we're
So
gonna
it's-
fight
it's
over
still
some of
around.
that shit.
Would've been
I think we just
Right.
need to reach out to our friends at
I think we do.
ReadyWise.
We may not get it in time for this one, but
Yeah.
We
I'm
gotta
gonna buy
literally
some.
reach out now.
Yeah, but
Do it now.
food is going to be. Austin was saying he built his menu, so I'm doing that
gotta do
now.
that.
I'm going to get a solid menu for this trip.
Yeah.
I'm
gear.
excited. I tried new food this past trip this past weekend.
New flavor or new company?
New flavors. New. Allison picked the menu. I told her a couple things I wanted. Two things she did. She picked these like tamales, to-go tamales that are in like this pouch.
Oh yeah.
They were very good.
Was that a lunch thing?
It was kind of like a snack thing.
Okay.
And it was pretty dense. Like the one was kind of spicy too. I can't remember the brand, but I'll tell you when
You
so
share
for
it
the
again.
edit. Those were very good. Kind of beanie, which I imagine could lead to
Yeah.
some potential issues later down the line, but we'll let you know. They were tasty though. And then she also brought this. I think it was like chia smash, which was basically like. It was kind of like a jelly, but like had dates in it, and then
Ooh, speaking my language.
but we mixed that with peanut butter and then made peanut butter and jelly roll-ups, which were freaking awesome.
Dude, I was just thinking like on the car ride over here about peanut butter and jelly.
They make little. You know how I bring those peanut butter pouches?
Yeah.
they make jelly pouches. Identical.
That's what I
size.
need.
I mean, that's not
Boom.
bad at all.
I love
Yeah,
that
and they
you
were
did,
delicious.
JD.
Yeah. So it was a good like hit of kind of basic. I mean, there was nothing funky in it, no added sugars, so it's just like good,
Yeah, that's
it was
fine.
Good kind of natural stuff.
I can bring a sugar packet and put
Yeah.
some sugar in.
Oh my god.
A little Splenda.
Need some added sugar.
And then what else? Trying to think.
Well,
There
you
was-
had the,
and then the Starkist makes now they make basically any sort of
Oh, yeah,
meat or
that's
snack
right.
in a
Yeah.
silver foil can.
This is right.
absolutely something.
This
I'm
is
adding.
happening.
They now make a in those pouches they make a beef, which
a
is it's
ground
like a
beef?
beef taco and it's,
Beef creations.
And I gotta say, man, it was awesome. It was absolutely
How could
awesome.
it not be?
I'm
That is
taking
the definition.
I'm
of
taking
awesome.
a page out of Paul's book because one of the trips I can't remember if it was Manistee or not, but you brought
Oh, the
Taco
sausages?
Bell. You brought sausages, but you brought Taco Bell
Oh,
mild
yeah.
sauce to put on it.
Hot
I
sauce.
brought
And I'm
Taco Bell once on the trail.
Yeah.
Yes,
You did.
Silly.
This
yes,
is easier.
I'm doing that.
So now
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have to bring my cans of like corned beef like I've been bringing.
That's
I can just
so-
I'll bring pouches.
I will say I
Your
didn't
cans,
take
I don't understand.
spam, and I was really disappointed. I
Well-
look for. I plan on bringing it on the next trip.
I am
but the
1,000%
packet-
buying
the
getting
packet
spam for
spam?
this next
Yeah,
trip.
pouch
Yeah.
spam, pouch beef.
Yeah.
The tamales thing is interesting. I wouldn't mind trying.
Are
that.
we doing Chipotle for night one?
I plan to. I
yeah,
think
that
we think-
and
good.
Chipotle
Yeah, you can.
and we have to add more things to that. But
Oh,
Chipotle and
well, like
I am
something
bringing
in a pan.
I
Yeah.
am bringing steak.
steak.
100% for the first night.
But that's for you though.
No,
For myself,
Well,
yes,
we
yeah.
like
then,
we did
then,
at.
then yes, you need to bring.
Oh,
we-
that's your dinner.
we have
whatever
my
you-
dinner.
little.
For
and
everyone.
I feel like the
we need
first
snacks.
night, I think the last 3 trips now, I've brought like something weird.
Yeah.
See, this
I
is
might
the
try and
beauty.
add
This is
something
the
weird.
beauty of the 4 mile first day.
Oh,
so you can
yes,
get
yeah, right.
fancy as
Yep.
Yeah.
Pull something out of the cooler right when you get
We're
to the
gonna
trailhead.
have
It'll be fine by dinner.
Burritos, pot stickers, circle meats, cheese.
Oh, we're gonna have
there's
a
Circle meat.
Circle meat.
circle meat.
There's going to be
Circle
a
meat.
plethora.
Hey,
Paul got
another circle meat. I'm excited.
Yes.
There's going to be a smorgasbord of delicious
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. We always do well the first night with food.
We do
yes.
a little too well sometimes, but
That's all right.
I'm ready for it.
Feeling good.
We had a great meeting about this last night. We had a great podcast episode talking about
That's
it tonight.
right.
We were talking about the trip 2 days in a row. I'm ready to go.
And next time we talk to you guys, we will be on the trail.
Yes,
Because
we
of
will.
course,
The trail.
like we traditionally do, we will do an episode on the trail. So we will be in the backcountry next time we talk.
and what if there's a pony in the shot?
Dude, I would die.
Oh.
If
How do,
we could,
how do we make that happen?
that's
We'll
where that
see.
Bag of
no,
oats.
the bag of oats.
Bag of oats.
Sold.
We're just gonna hang him on a stick in the shot and just.
Yeah, both sides of the camera for sure.
Love it.
Thank
Oat
you guys so much for watching and listening. We appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. That definitely helps us out. Grows the community, grows the channel. And if you have any questions, the email is trail3pod@gmail.com. We love you. We'll see you next time.
That's a horrible horse.
Sound like Scooby.
The Trail Theory Podcast is sponsored by Audimute and Audio Technica. Music by Dan Koch.